Hello and welcome to my achievement guide for the 1.5 Vampire Survivor title update, also known as the Overwhelming or Overwhelm update. So first I will be going through all achievements bar the first achievement, which is actually for unlocking the Astral Stair. This is the map you can see I'm currently on. To unlock this you just need to get to level 80 on Inlaid Library with inverse mode on. Now to do that I would just simply recommend playing Queen Sigma. It'll only take you a couple of minutes and it'll be quick enough to run through. Once you have unlocked it, just start it as you can see I did here. And I'd recommend Queen Sigma again because she has the highest base stats and is the most reliable consistently. Now, this will be how it starts, and it's very strange. You can't click on menu, you can't view map, you can't back out, you just have to fall until eventually this will happen. Now with Queen Sigma you will unlock things a lot quicker, so I apologise if it's annoying, but you might see me having to just collect things and click on things every now and again to make sure it gets cleared. But once we are in this long corridor, now you can see I have a map, you will not. The map is unlocked as part of one of the achievements. Now unfortunately I will only unlock one of the achievements in this, as the other two had actually already got by mistake. However, what you need to do is go to each far right side of the three lanes. So there's the top lane, the middle lane and the bottom lane. For the purposes of this I will start with the top. However, if you're doing it I'd probably recommend going to the centre, as that's where the map is and that'll mean you'll be able to see it easier. However, once you're ready just go to the very top, or wherever you want, what order you want to do it in, but for me I'll go to the very top. And then on the left hand side you'll see these kind of upside down heart shaped doors. Those doors are actually a teleport to adjacent rooms. You see one on the left there. But at the very top you'll have to be in line with the adjacent room, and then once you go through it, it will teleport you along. Now in each of the rooms you will have to repeat this process. Essentially you will go to the far when you go through the door into the next room, you'll go to the far right hand side of the room, go through one more door, and you'll repeat this twice until you get to the far right of the map. Okie dokie, so this is where you'll unlock the Chaos Rosalia. It'll be on the table just here at the end. Now like I said, unfortunately I'd actually already unlocked them at this point, so I didn't have them. However, that's where yours will be. And then to get out you just literally go the same way you came. You go to the left hand side, go through the upside down heart doors and repeat until you're back in the main long corridor. Okay, now back in the corridor, we're going to go to the centre stage. If you've not got the map, it can be a bit difficult to gauge where you're up to, but the best way I can say for reference is it's just below where the merchant is, so make sure you don't speak to the merchant so you've got him as a point of reference. But once we get there, we will essentially do the same thing. We'll go into the hidden door and then continue through the stages to the right until eventually we get to the end one, which is where the map will be for you. So here it is. So this is the room with the map. It's a bit different than the others, so it's a bit distinct. You'll know when you're here, and then on the altar will be the map. Same as before, we will just continue through the doors to the left to return to the main long corridor. And now we're just going to head to the very bottom of the corridor. It'll be like very slightly up from the dead end, but you'll know it because it'll be where the last door is. And here it is, you can see you just go through this door, same as the other 2 times. This should be the final one, you'll just continue till the very end, and thankfully for this one it was actually there, so you can kind of see what it should look like when you are going for it. This is the Trisection, so once we collect it, it should be 3 achievements for this stage, which will be for getting the map, the Chaos Rosalia, and the Trisection. The one downside to Queen Sigma is the constant upgrades. You can of course choose someone different, but there you go, so that's the Trisection. Once you find the relic, you just have to wait for it to approve, you can click get, and then as soon as you've got everything you need in the level, you can just quit out, so you can just go to your options menu, and then just quit game. Now the achievements are notoriously a bit slow or glitchy, so they don't unlock, so I'm just going to move straight on here. We're going to go into the Lake Foscari map. Again, I'm playing it on Queen Sigma just for convenience, because there's no real risk of dying when you've got Queen Sigma. The only risk, obviously, like I said, is having to constantly upgrade things. Now you see here, essentially what you have to do is kind of go slightly to the right or east, and then up again, which will lead you to a hedge maze. Now the maze can be confusing. At this point I knew the route, or I should have known the routes because I've done it several times, but I do still get lost. So if you just replicate what I do, slowly, just make sure you don't get lost. And then once you get to the maze, it's not too bad. The map itself is actually hidden in a kind of clearing that's in a hidden room area. You see here I kind of get stuck in a bunch of upgrades, but just, yeah, keep moving on, and then once you see slightly to the left of where I actually am, but you can go to the maze section and then follow what I do in the maze. Okay, so once we come out of the clearing here, you'll just hug the left wall, sorry, with all these trees, and it is actually inside these trees here. It is actually a hidden room. So just continue up until you see that the trees stop to the north, and then it's about 5 trees in, I think. If you just hug it and go follow down, you'll see there's actually a hidden entrance, and at this point you can just collect the map. And same as before, you can just quit out at this point and the achievement will unlock. So now that's unlocked, the final achievement is for getting the map in the Mt.Moonspell arena. Now, so same as before, Queen Sigma, Mt.Moonspell, doesn't really matter if you have inverse endless or anything like that, you can do whatever you prefer. This one is considerably easier to get to, there isn't kind of any maze or aspect, it's similar to before, just head to the east or the right, and you'll continue that way until you see a dirt path in this snow. And then once you find the dirt path, you just want to follow that up northward and continue to do that until the green arrow, that's the indicator for the map, ends up being directly to your left. So just keep going straight up, you'll come into the dojo, and then in the first building on the left inside the dojo, just enter that, and then in the centre of the room will be the map. And that will be the 5th and final achievement for this walkthrough. Thanks very much.